Olori Naomi keeps telling us every day that she's better off with a million things happening in the palace, and this whole drama of a thing, it is not something she would want to involve herself in, because what she has done now, or the step she's about to take now, only proves to us that Olori Naomi is just one person who knows what she's up to, and even with or without the palace, she would live her life very, very fine. So, some time back, we heard how Naomi fought so hard down to the point of taking the Ooni to court because she wanted a divorce. She wanted to leave. She wanted to stay away from the chaos, the whole drama, the whole fighting and quarrel that kept arising from the palace. And the Ooni was not on the same opinion, because according to the Ooni, he would not divorce the mother of the heir apparent to the throne. So it is not in his book, not something that he would even consider doing at all. So when all of these things kept on going over and over again, every single thing they only did was to prevent that divorce from happening, down to a point that the people of the Ile Ife made sure that this case was brought home so that the Oni would not appear in court. And the question that everybody kept on asking is that how would the Oni appear in court? The Oni is a traditional ruler, a well-respected traditional ruler. Then he's appearing in court due to what? Marriage crisis that could not be settled at home. So it never made sense at all for him appearing in court. So what they did was they brought this issue back home so that it could be settled at home. And when they brought it back home, we discovered how every single thing went down, because he had to reason out things with Olori Naomi, went to see Naomi's mother, and they talked things over and over and over again. We now heard that Naomi was later returning back into the palace. But the point we are trying to drive at here is that Olori Naomi has come out once again to make her own intentions known. Despite the fact that the court ruled in her favor to, take charge and be the one in charge of the palace and every other thing, Olori Naomi is not finding it as the authority in the palace is what she needs. She needs her own peace. She needs her sanity. She needs her space. She needs to have every of her thing all sorted out. So she is opting out right now as she seeks to be with her son and stay off the whole palace drama. Yes, even Naomi being with her son has not been allowed by all of these Olori lately, because all of them keep saying, and the boy needs to come back and learn the way of his people. He needs to come back and learn his tradition. He cannot grow out of the palace. Yes, that might be a very valid truth, because the elders rose a concern some time back concerning this issue, and they were talking of the fact that this boy needs to know his tradition. He cannot be far away, and then they will expect him to know every single thing concerning the tradition of his people. He cannot be far away, and they will expect him to know it. So it is better he returns back home. So that was when Oni went ahead to give Olori Naomi some conditions on her returning. It's neither she comes back to the palace or they will bring back Tedenikawo. If she wants to stay with the boy, then she would come back into the palace. That was the condition the Oni gave her. But yet, none of this moved Olori Naomi. None of this bothered her, because she knows that if she presents a case before the courts concerning Priest Edenikawo and all the insecurity matters, moving around with calabash, making incantations, and all that has been happening in the palace, then the court will rule in her favor. Yes, the court will definitely rule in her favor. The boy deserves to be with his mother. So right now, no, right now, Naomi is looking at it that a divorce will be good for her. Yes, a divorce will be good so that she can finally go. And then all of these Oloris will do whatsoever it is that they want to do. They will go ahead and live that life that she has been hindering them from living all this while. And she is publicly seeking a divorce from the Ooni of Ife once again, after she had already sought the first divorce that didn't pull through for her. She has come out to seek for the second one as it stands right now. And at the moment, everybody might say that Naomi is overdoing whatsoever it is. She's exaggerating. She's doing it too much, because every single thing is coming when we feel that Naomi is at peace, because the court ruled in her favor. They have given her a title at the royal conference in Ile-Ife. Yes, and every single thing is seeming to be progressive. Naomi is still expanding her business. Seems like every single thing is going well, but no, the woman wants her sanity. The woman wants her peace of mind. The woman wants to sleep, wake up, and know that yes, I am at peace. That is what she wants, and that is what she's asking of her husband right now. Remember how this became a tug of war, down to a point that Ooni had to warn a man that was relating with Naomi at some point like that he should be very, very careful, and he should stay away from his wife. He even went ahead to make a statement that Naomi remains his wife until he says otherwise. So all of those things put together are beginning to arise concern from different set of persons if Ooni would accept this, because Ooni has already spoken of a vacation which is supposed to take place after the royal gala event, and right now Olori Naomi wants out because the whole drama is beginning to be too much for her once again, and she doesn't want to be part of any single thing that would happen in the palace. So my people, Lona, so this matter they take different turn and routes on every single day, on daily occasions. This is how we keep seeing them twisting around in different dimensions. But right now, Olori Naomi's decision, if you would want to understand with her decision is valid. Yes, her decision is valid. This woman have been off the palace for years, since December 2020 that she left the palace. Come today, she deserves her freedom. Yes, if they only feel she cannot return back into the palace to come be that wife that he badly wants, then keeping her there to always appear on the show lines and other things, it is not beginning to be advisable any longer. No, it is not beginning to be advisable any longer, and she wants out of every single thing. So at this point, oh my people, we will not overemphasize every single thing that has been happening. Neither are we going to draw a very, very tedious storyline out of this whole thing. But what we are trying to say is the fact that if you would want to judge right, then you would judge Olori Naomi right for her decision. If you would want to be fair enough, then you would be more considerate at the fact that this woman has a life to live. And if at this point the Ooni would decide to be considerate as well, then he would also look at that path where Olori Naomi really, really needs her space. Yes, we pray he considers that. But right now, based on all that has happened at previous times, we are beginning to find it quite difficult if he would accept it. Yes, because he has already rejected this once, and we are not sure if he would accept it the second time. But no matter how it take Bio, we'll wait and see how this whole thing will play out. Because right now it has resulted in a decision between the Ooni and Olori Naomi. And remember that if the Ooni doesn't sign divorce papers, nothing will happen.